Welcome to the Coffee Conversation show, powered by the Emerging India Forum, TIF, and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Series is Sri Shakti. Today's theme is From Compliance to Command, a Path to Success. We are at Jasbinder's office, and today's guest is Jasbinder Narula. She has a distinct career spanning over 2 decades with various capacities like being a senior manager in compliance at Societe Generale to other pivotal roles in Credit Agricole CIB and Nomura. Now, she has started her own company, J. Neela and Associates, where she is a managing partner and she will be sharing her experience as a lawyer, company secretary, and CAMPS professional. So, welcome, Jasbinder, to this special episode, which we are shooting at your office. And so, I just wanted to explain to you the format is we do in three parts. One is your professional journey, second, your personal journey, and third will be a rapid fire round.
Okay, that sounds very interesting. I'm glad to be a part of this coffee conversation.
So, let's begin. So, Jasbinder, my first question is you had a remarkable work experience in corporate. So, now what prompted you to start your own venture by the name of J. Leela and Associates, and how has the journey been till now?
Well, when I graduated law school, I had two options before me: either to start my own practice or to set or go by the traditional employment basis. At that time, I got a very good offer from a law firm, which I accepted. One thing led to another. I got the opportunities to work with various multinational firms and multinational banks. Then what happened? I was set up in my role. I was happy with what I was doing. But somewhere deep down, my dream of setting up my own firm, it started to emerge. I realized it's high time. I need to transition from being an employee to being an entrepreneur. Thus, I decided to follow my dreams, my passion, and I started my venture, Janila and Associates. I started it last year, 2023. It has been almost 15 months and it is really going well.
Okay. So, what are the activities you do under J. Leela and Associates, and uh, what were your initial days like, challenges and successes you have gained till now?
At J. Gila and Associates, we are a consulting firm. We take care of the legal, corporate secretarial, and AML related obligations of the client. When I just started off, it was challenging to transition from the mindset of an employee to an entrepreneur. The way an employee thinks is completely different from way an entrepreneur thinks. So it took me few months to get adjusted to the change. Uh, the challenges which we face is identification of the right set of clients and giving them the right service. Many times I have seen cases where clients come to me for one service, but actually they are not in need of that service. They need something else, which of course I am able to offer. So my role at that time is to educate them more about, no, this is not what you are expected to do in terms of the regulatory guidelines, but this is what needs to be done. So I keep navigating these challenges. Challenges keep coming every day, and I like those challenges because every challenge there is a new learning, and that new learning helps me in my growth as a person and a professional and as a firm also.
That's very interesting. So, we hope more success stories in your as an entrepreneur, and today the theme is Sri Shakti. So we like to focus on women empowerment. We want more women to be entrepreneurs, take charge of their professional life. So let's continue the conversation. So what does your day like go by, Jasbinder?
A typical day.
Yeah.
A typical day, I balance multiple roles. I take care of my house, my profession, and the family. So the typical day starts with getting up in the morning. A couple of hours are devoted to self care. I believe self care is essential because when you are having a calm mind, you are able to focus well. So my day starts with some mindfulness exercises, followed by regular focus at home, and then I start my professional day typically by 9 a.m. Uh, it's a mixed facet. Sometimes I have meetings, balance between the meetings, client calls, mentoring the juniors. It's a mixed bag. Every day I make a plan that this is how my day will look like. But most often it happens that things do not work out according to the plan. We end up working on something else than what we had originally intended. And I spend a lot of time in meeting new people because I feel the more we meet new people, the more we will understand the challenges which are faced in the industry, and more we can come up with solutions in which we can empower them.
That's very interesting. So, working with SMEs,
Hmm.
how's the experience been regarding their towards compliance, and how do you explain to them compliance and due diligence should
Hmm.
be enforced upon so they don't face problems from the authorities?
The typical challenge I encounter with SMEs is when they start off, the promoter has a vision, and their vision is to expand to do more business. Compliance of the laws and regulations is not initially on their mind. They need to be made aware that your laws and regulations are important. You need to maintain your accounts properly. You need to ensure that all your agreements are in place. You need to ensure that the returns are filed on time. So my job with an entrepreneur who is an SME is to create a lot of awareness, to create a training amongst him and the employees, and to emphasize the importance of ensuring that the legal and the corporate secretarial requirements are met with. They are not to be taken on a last priority, because what I feel is if you don't take care of the requirements right from start, things will keep adding, and at a time maybe after few months or few years, they might tend to blow on your face, and at that time to manage them would be very challenging. So I strongly emphasize to maintain everything properly in order.
That's very good. So, startups and SMEs
Hmm.
prepare a plan where compliance is not only then apna making money, everything is
Hmm.
important. And for the compliance part, you have Jasbinder Neela and Associates. You
Hmm.
can details will be shared. You can contact her. So now let's continue our
Hmm.
conversation. Uh, this is a very see how do you keep updated because
Hmm.
in India, compliance requirement and laws everything keeps on changing.
Hmm.
So what are your strategies and ways you keep yourself updated so that client work is up to date and
Hmm.
compliances are being adhered to?
What I believe as a compliance professional, the first thing which I typically start my day with is a regulatory watch. I check all the various websites of the regulators to see what is new in the field, because the Indian regulatory landscape is so complex. There is some or the other thing which is coming on a daily basis. So it is very important and essential for a compliance professional to be abreast of what is happening. So the first thing which I do is scout all the websites, scout all the newspapers, because if there is some new regulation, there are various commentaries on them. Understand their viewpoint. Then the next actionable which I do is to analyze those news items. There are many instances in which those news items would be applicable for my clients. Then the next step is to inform the client that so and so new regulation has come. This will impact you, and how it will impact you. Many times the clients come back to us and say, okay, can you please help us in implementation of the same? In such a case, we just go help them in implementation of the same. There have been many instances where the regulation is complex. We actually go and do short of quick awareness session with the client's employees also.
That's very good. So now coming up, my
Hmm.
next question: you've taken up a niche area of AML, that is
Yes.
anti-money laundering.
Yes.
Uh, Briefly explain what is anti-money laundering for our viewers over there,
Mhm.
and then we'll have a discussion on this topic.
See, anti money laundering initially was used in the context of banks. Banks need to comply with their anti money laundering obligations. But the situation changed last year, where professionals like chartered accountants, company secretaries, and cost accountants were brought within the scope of the PMLA, which is the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So now what happens is that we professionals also need to ensure that we do proper due diligence of our clients. We need to understand who the shareholders of the client are, who are their beneficial owners. Is there any adverse news against the shareholders, the directors, or the ultimate beneficial owner? Now, for a lay person, these concepts are very new. Most of the professionals don't know how to go about the same. Now, in such a case, I help the professionals to understand what are the exact expectations, what is the nature of the policies which need to be put in place, what are the reportings which need to be done to the financial intelligence unit. Because what happens is the professionals being brought under the purview of the PMLA is a very privileged thing, where we have been given the honor to help manage the country's infrastructure and inform the financial intelligence unit in case we suspect any activity of money laundering or alleged money laundering. So our role has become all the more important. So as professionals have to be very careful with respect to the nature of the clients we onboard. I'm sure all the professionals must be doing proper due diligence before taking on a new client. But now, professionals need to ensure that they do further due diligence, do further thorough checks before they onboard a new client. And if they are acting on behalf of the client, they need to ensure that they report those transactions to the financial intelligence unit. So I believe the role of professionals has become more dynamic and more extensive than it was, what, say, a year ago.
So can you explain
Hmm.
what are the pitfalls if someone doesn't put into the due diligence or the systems of
Hmm.
preventing this AMLA?
Hmm.
So what are the pitfalls for the professional as well as for the company?
See, the pitfalls is that the professional is expected to report and he is not reporting it. So, under the PMLA, various fines can also be levied. But we would rather not go into the concept of the fines. What I would say, we as a professional have a duty towards our country, towards our laws, to ensure that they are applied in the manner in which they should be applied. It is our duty to report any such offences if we come to know of. So I believe it would help in the regulation of the professionals in a better manner than what was done prior.
So thank you for this explanation
Hmm.
for this anti-money laundering. So friends, do listen to this anti-money laundering AML. People are not much aware, so you get to know much more, which will be any more details are there. We can have a further conversation on this topic later on at a different date. So now, Jasbinder,
Hmm.
you had worked with several MNCs like
Hmm.
Nomura, Society General. How did that corporate work experience helping you in your venture, J. Leela and Associates?
Uh, I was lucky enough to work in all international firms. So there, believe that the culture in which an international firm operates is a little bit different than the culture in which a traditional Indian firm works. I used to hear differences in discussions with my friends. But the main major thing which I feel is the kind of professionalism you get to experience. You interact with people from various different countries. You need to, the first challenge which I initially faced when I was dealing with international clients was to understand what they are saying. Every country has some accent. When they speak, we should be able to understand. So it reminds me of an anecdote. During my first conference call, when I had with an international clients, it was a 10-minute call. The clients were from US, but and they were speaking very fast. I could not understand a single word of what they were saying because of the accent and because I had never been exposed to this speed of language. But over a period of time, working in international firms gave me the exposure to understand various accents, to understand and appreciate people from different countries, to have an idea of what motivates them, and to help them and synergize with them in the best possible way. Uh, because of this, I feel that when I started my own firm, my thinking, my approach is more as to how an international firm would work rather than a traditional Indian firm.
Very good, very good. So now, Jasbinder,
Hmm.
uh, after pandemic, it has
Hmm.
become remote or hybrid work. So, looking at this dynamics of remote work, how do
Hmm.
you maintain that your team is efficient and uh, follows all the due diligences?
I believe the pandemic taught us that sitting at home also we can work efficiently. So when I set up my firm, we believe in leveraging the best of both worlds. As regards my team, my team is a young team, a dynamic team, and they are very committed to what they are doing. Nevertheless, what we do on a daily basis, we ensure that at least we spend some time talking about our day, talking about the challenges faced, because every day is a different day, talking about the technology disruptions which we face, because yes, we face a lot, when particular sites are not working. So
Yes.
there have been instances where at odd hours also my team is working, I am working. So we ensure regular open lines of communication. We make it a point to meet at least once in 15 days where we just sit and chat, no work discussions. And of course, I follow an open door policy and an open phone policy. My team can reach me anytime they want. They know that I am there for them, just as
Very,
I know they are there for me.
very good, very good. So now, my next question, Jaswinder,
Hmm.
will be, how does being part of networking forums like IBG and other
Hmm.
helps your career?
I believe being a part of a networking forum, it gives me exposure to various kind of people across different business sectors. I get to meet a new set of people, understand the challenges of their business, and perhaps give them solutions where they can mitigate the challenges which they face. And also, if I feel networking forums, if in case I need any help, it's a simple matter of just posting a message and I get leads from so many places. So that ways networking forums have really helped me simplify my life.
So, friends, we are part of common India Business Group, and just been got the opportunity to be on a conversation show under Sri
Hmm.
Shakti as a guest speaker. So, this is the power of being part of networking group or associations. So, where people empower you, help you, uh, and work together, collaborate. So, friends, whoever wants to be a member of India Business Group IBG, do connect with me or Jasbinder.
Hmm.
We will guide you to the right team members at IBG and be part of these forums, because these are not only networking forums, but they are chambers of consulates also. So it's a what do you say, chamber in itself, chamber of business. So now my last question, Jasbinder, what key areas should an upcoming professional should focus on to make a career as a compliance professional?
See, in today's world, I would say a compliance professional should be ready for disruption, because we have artificial intelligence coming up in a big way. The traditional way of doing things is gone. There are new regulations coming in, there are new avenues opening up. To give an instance, we have the metaverse, we have the data protection laws, which are to be shortly coming in India. So a professional needs to be aware about it. He needs to be prepared, because the challenges and the dynamics would be completely different. There would be challenges which today we would have never thought of. Like, say, for example, metaverse. It raises so many questions, so many legal questions. Like, say, what if it is a dispute? How will the dispute be addressed? Normally, in a traditional agreement, we would state that, okay, in case there is any dispute, we would go to a courts in a particular city. But what do we do in metaverse, where there are people from the whole world? We will have to find innovative ideas. So, a compliance professional needs to keep his mind open and think out of the box. Only that will make him succeed in this term, in the growing future.
Yeah. So friends, we continue our conversation now. We're going moving forward. Let's see how Jasbinder as a person is. So Jasbinder, let's go down memory lane.
Okay.
How was your childhood memories?
See, my childhood memories, the only memories which are most strong are me going to the Juhu beach every week. Uh, Being in Mumbai and staying close to the Juhu beach played a big role in that. But what fascinated me more was the open air, the waves. The waves still continue to fascinate me as of date. Now, also, whenever I need to clear up my mind, I just go to the beach, because the waves teach me that you have to keep flowing, you have to keep moving, you have to keep growing, no matter what the circumstances.
Very beautiful. Being connected with nature.
Yes.
Now, uh, how was your days in college? What activities or something you took part?
Days in college were actually very hectic. You most often used to find me in the library studying. Or I used to participate in a lot of moot courts. So I either used to be in the library preparing for the moot court, studying, and we had the marine drive close to our college. So
Okay.
we used to spend a lot of time in the
GLC.
GLC, a lot of time on the marine drive.
Okay. That's
So
very
that is also water waves.
okay. So
So entire
connected
journey is connected with water.
water.
Yes.
So now, Jasbinder, are you still in touch with your old corporate friends?
Oh yes, I am in touch with the select few.
So any activities you plan out with them?
Oh yes, we have many plans. In fact, most of my friends have turned out to be a sort of my business generators. Whenever they see any potential avenues, they will give me a phone. Hey, so and so needs help. You can. I have given them your number. They will reach out to you. So my friends are my biggest supporters, I would feel.
That's very true. Uh, Friends, no matter we meet friends, we make friends from
Hmm.
childhood, in college, in other areas of work, and they are our biggest supporters.
Hmm.
Uh, so now, Jasbinder,
Hmm.
what are you so passionate about, or your hobbies or interest in your personal life?
See, one thing is, whatever I do, I am completely 100% involved in whatever I am doing. But there are few areas which are close to my heart. The first one is women empowerment. I see that, somewhere the opportunities which a woman gets are not as good as the opportunities a man gets. I have been lucky. I had a very supportive family that I got very good opportunities. I could make the most of it. But I see around, women sacrificing their careers to raise their kids. And once when they are back, they are not getting the job or the opportunities which they deserve. So this is an area which is very close to my heart, and I try to spend a lot of time helping these women in any manner in which I can. The
Very
other
good.
area which I am passionate about is education. I believe education is the birthright of each and every child. No matter what the economic situation of the child, he should be exposed to basic education. So that is something which I am very passionate about, and I encourage all the people whom I meet to ensure that their kids' education is complete, so that they have a platform of becoming someone.
Very good. Very good. So now, Jasbinder,
Hmm.
what is a recipe for a good work-life balance?
Yeah. There were times where I did not have a good work life balance, but now I think I have sort of figured it out that you need to plan your day. You need to allocate time for each and every task, be it for family, be it for work, be it for self care. So typically what I do is I make up a plan, and I ensure that I try to stick to the plan to the best I can. And also when I am doing a task, I am 100% in that task. So if I am in a meeting, then whatever be the personal problem or whatever whosoever wants to speak to me, I will not entertain them, because that time my priority is my meeting. But when I am with my family, the time belongs to my family. So at that time I do not take work calls. So I believe I am trying to maintain a fair balance between work and personal life.
Very good. Now, you had a good experience in the corporate
Hmm.
world. So, who influenced you? Who were the different persons
Hmm.
who has got an impact on your personal and professional life?
There are many people who are an inspiration to me, but the foremost among them is Mr. Ratan Tata. I appreciate the his ethics, the way the Tata Group is run. Everyone remembers the contribution of the Tata Group during the 26/11 attacks in Mumbai. That is something that the gesture of Mr. Tata and his employees can never be forgotten. And I like the corporate governance which is a part of the Tata group of companies. Mr. Tata is such a humble person. Seeing him, no one will feel that he is such a powerful personality. But that humility, at the same time, doing big things, that is his quality which inspires me the most.
Very good. Uh, Tell us something about your recent travel.
One of my recent travels was to Ladakh, and it was an amazing travel. The breathtaking landscapes, the beauty of the place, the simplicity of the people. I would say it is a truly a heaven on earth.
Mhm.
So I really loved it so much. I would like to go again and again to Ladakh. I would encourage everyone also to go there. It's a beautiful place.
Yes, yes, Ladakh is. So now we have got two
Hmm.
questions. Uh, Describe Jasbinder in one line.
Very difficult too, but I will just sort of say my motto which I live with, which is that, like, faith is my sword, truth is my shield, and knowledge is my armor. This is
Wow,
what I strongly believe in, and this has
wow,
been sort of my motto for life.
wow. So now, since this is Sri Shakti series,
Hmm.
so what does Sri Shakti mean to you, Jasbinder?
Stree Shakti means, as a woman, you are blessed. You can do a lot of things. You can multitask very well. So I believe each and every woman needs to understand this and implement it in their day-to-day lives. Most often I see women, they don't speak out. They say it's okay. But I feel that women should let go of that attitude and actually speak up. I believe once we as women will speak up, we will definitely make a big difference in the world.
Wow. So, friends, so, now we go to the excitement round. That is a
Okay.
rapid fire round.
Okay.
So, if you answer very quickly,
Okay.
you will get this ebook as a gift.
Okay.
Uh, Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Your favorite cuisine?
Indian.
Are you a morning or night person?
Morning person.
Fiction or non-fiction book?
Fiction.
Your favorite movie star?
Tom Cruise.
Your favorite color?
Blue.
So, friends, Jasbinder answered very quickly. So, this is the ebook which she wins.
Thank you.
So, friends, it was a lovely conversation which we had with Jasbinder at our office. On we learned many different aspects of compliance and why is it important. And it was a lovely Saturday evening which we had over here. Uh, do subscribe to the Coffee Conversation show on YouTube. We have got around more than 100 plus episodes over there with different subject experts. Look forward to another interesting conversation with another guest speaker. So stay safe and enjoy your Sunday. Bye.
Bye.